Man, everybody, I'm just drunk right now and I'm talking. I am. I've been cutting down on alcohol. I have been. There've been many days which I haven't been drinking alcohol lately. Like fucking cold turkey is good in the right environment. Like hell yeah, it is. But if you're not in the right environment, then just like ease yourself out of it. Like shit, or do what you want. Seriously, but let's see. What am I talking about right now? Hmm. Okay. Okay. I think I'm back on it. Yeah, I'm gonna roll a cigarette, but I think I'm back on it. Yeah. No, I think I'm back on it. I mean, like I don't, I'm not an expert on the Jewish scriptures, especially the latter stuff. You know, like I've studied the earlier stuff a lot. And I got my opinions, and I could be wrong. Hey, brother, correct me if I'm wrong. Like seriously, brother. I'm not trying to cause any hatreds or actions or deaths or anything. Like I'm just trying to speak. And I got my opinions on the Jewish scriptures. But yeah. And I still need to study them further. I'm more, I think, of an expert in Moses and Samuel. But after Samuel, I only have phantoms of thoughts that are not solidified, and wouldn't be solidified until I thought about it. But damn. Because it's like Abraham. He was the high priest. Abraham, he was a high priest. But then Moses was the new high priest. And then Samuel. Samuel was the new high priest. Now, who was high priest after that? I don't know. I really don't know. The more you go along on it, the less I've studied. Although I've studied a lot of the earlier stuff. But at one point in time, I can definitely 100% say that the next high priest after that was the father of Judas Maccabee, the guy that killed the rabbi on the altar. Like he was the next high priest. The Hasmonean dynasty. He was definitely the next high priest after that. I'm getting ahead of myself because I haven't even done. I totally want to do Samuel. I fucking love that motherfucker. I do. I love that motherfucker. But But like, I think, like, it was one of Samuel's students, or maybe a student of his student. And his name was, like, I think maybe Ezekiel. Like, I was getting called Ezekiel today, and I'm like, no, I'm Enrique, not Ezekiel. But somebody was like, yeah. But I think it was Ezekiel. Maybe it wasn't. But it was that motherfucker who challenged the priests of Phoenicia. Some of them pretending to be Jews. And he challenged all these priests of Phoenicia to a God contest, right? And it was funny how it was described. It was so funny how it was described, because it's like, so many people read the Bible and they just like think, God and righteousness and piety, and they don't think actual, like, reality. Like, they don't think actual reality, like, shit, right? Because how is the contest between this, I think its name is Ezekiel, maybe not, but he was the guy who did this. He challenged these Baal priests to a God contest, and in which God can light an altar on fire, right? And the Baal priests, they went out there, and they were like, and they could not light this thing on fire, right? But it's funny. It's like put on your rational brain. Put on your fucking rational brain when you read this shit. Like, don't put on your superstitious brain. Put on your rational fucking brain when you read this shit. Because what happens? What happens? Like, this Ezekiel, maybe that's not his name, but this student or student of a student of Samuel, he challenged all these Baal priests to a contest, and whichever one can light the altar on fire, that's the true God. That's true God. That's true God. That's it. And they failed. Their altar did not get lit. Right? Now he put in details here. Like, and what are these details? Like, the first detail was that he made sure that his altar was downwind from all the people. So in other words, the people, like, if the wind was blowing from his altar to the people, then maybe they would smell a funny smell, right? But they didn't smell a funny smell, because the wind was blowing from the people to the altar. So the people did not smell this quote-unquote water that this Jewish guy was, this student of Samuel, or a student of Samuel, not a high priest. But that's why I wanted to make this video. Like, that's one of the reasons I every time I read the Jewish scriptures, it's like you have all these Jews who are individuals, and Moses is different than Samuel, and Samuel is different than Moses, and Ezekiel is different than Samuel, and this guy that I'm talking about is his own person, right? But he made sure that he that he was downwind from everybody. Like, that's what the text says. Like, he's downwind from everybody, so that they can't smell the petroleum smell, right? As he pours this clear liquid that looks like water on an altar, and then he lights it up, and this like he describes a heat a heat wave perfectly. Like like all you fucking firemen out there, like look at those lines about his description about when it lit up. And that's what he did. That's what he did later on. Like this same guy later, because he killed all these ball priests, but there's still tons of ball priests out there, because like they're everywhere. Ball priests are everywhere. And but like later on, like they sent guards at him. They sent guards at him, and he threw the fire of God on them, right? Now we've already established that he knows science, like, 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 like. I think that's why people could appreciate him. Like this guy's a magician. Like if we look at magicians on TV, like that's who this guy fucking is. Like this guy's a fucking magician, and he just does his fucking magic, and he just fucks with people, right? And that's why God loves him, because it's about merit. But he's so different than Moses, and he's different than Samuel, and you're different than me, and I'm different from you. And that's the only way that God could experience eternity in a healthy way. Rather than psychotic. Fuck, what am I talking about right now? No, I'm talking about something. Yeah. I'm talking about something, definitely. What is it I'm talking about? Hmm. You know, like one of us, like, cause this is where I'm at. Like, I really need to study Solomon more. Oh my God, I need to study that Solomon shit way more. But I know this guy. I know this guy. I do. And that's where I'm at right now on the Jewish scriptures. It's like I'm at this guy, but I don't know Solomon. But I do know parts of Solomon. But all the fucking apocalypse motherfuckers. No, I'm not there yet. I'm not there yet. But no, I do know this guy. I do know this guy. He's a funny guy, and it's like, where did he fail? And it's like, to me, one of the most damn intimate moments within the Jewish scriptures is when this magician, this great fucking magician, this fire magician, great fucking fire magician. He failed, and how did he fail? He failed because he condemned Jezebel. That's why he failed. He failed because he condemned Jezebel. And, like there's this moment where it's like, I know he's talking to Samuel. Or one of the teachers of Samuel. And he's just like, man, I know what you taught me. And I know what you taught me. And I know what I should have done. But she's a bitch, man. Like, shit, God. But he failed. He failed. He failed. Because, this is a man that can bring fire magic down onto, 25 cavalry that are coming to him. Yeah, he can. Because he knows science that he didn't pass down to the generations. He's a fucking scientist. This guy's a fucking scientist, and he used science as magic. He used science and as magic, and he didn't pass it down, and it eventually got lost. But that's not what he's about. He's not about passing down magic so as to glorify his own ego. Like, why would you want to do that? Like, that magic that he had discovered, that fire magic that he had discovered, is sacred to him and to his God. And no one has a right to violate that private area unless he allows you to. So he didn't pass down this science that he knew, because he obviously knew napalm and shit like that. He knew it, but he didn't pass it down. This guy is so fucking modern, unlike Moses or Samuel, who are modern in their own little spiritual way. But this guy, he's one of my favorite guys. They're all different though. They're all different. Samuel and Moses and this guy and Ezekiel, whoever that guy is, they're all fucking different. Fuck yeah, Mordecai, right? Mordecai, who's Mordecai? Mordecai is the follower of Marduk. That's a blasphemous name. Like one of the biggest hero of the Jews ever. One of the biggest hero of the Jews ever chose a name that is blasphemous. No, this guy though, I'm getting ahead of myself because I haven't even done Samuel, and I don't want to do Samuel. One of these days, I gotta work, and I still owe $44 on my electricity shit, but I got it right now, so I can go pay it tomorrow. But damn. No, I like this guy. I'm getting way ahead of myself. But because I'm doing Samuel. And this guy wouldn't even exist if Samuel hadn't existed. So Samuel is the high priest. Moses is the high priest. And this guy is just in the period of the judges, which is a glorious period to be on. A glorious period to be on. But he's a student or a student of a student. But eventually it gets lost until a new high priest comes along. And the last high priest I could attest for was that motherfucker who killed that rabbi on the altar for worshipping evil Greek ways. The father of Judas Maccabeus. He was the last high priest that I personally believe in.